Hello and a very good evening, good afternoon. Welcome along to Crafters TV. My name is Ben Moseby. Thank you for joining us this Monday. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome. If you've been with us through the day, hopefully you've enjoyed it all. Wake up call seems like yesterday, and the craft vlog we had earlier on, how much fun was that? We had so much fun, and we're finishing your Monday with Monday Makers. I can't wait to bring you the lineup of goodies that we've got for you today. The return of the Waterfall Stampin die set. I think one of my favourites of recent times, this particular collection. It is fantastic, and I'm so glad we've got that back for you on the show. We've also got what's left of the Bee-Youtiful collection. I'll tell you more about that very shortly indeed, but we're down to the last 20% of stock available in the business on that. So if you haven't yet got it, that will be one to keep your eyes on. We've, of course, got an amazing Monday mega deal coming your way. We've got a phenomenal deal coming up as well on the colour blend pencils. If you missed that earlier on, you'll need to stick around for that too. Plus, with it being Monday Makers, we always like to crown a brand new craft ambassador. I can't wait to introduce you to the lady who we're going to crown as a craft ambassador in just a little bit. We're going to be going all the way over to Welsh Wales to chat to the lovely Bev, who I know you're going to absolutely love. She's got so much to show you, as a good story to tell you as well, which I cannot wait for. And of course, with all of that, you're thinking, how could it get even better, this show? Well, I'll tell you how. We've only got the one and only Debbie McGiggles with us. It's her final show of 642 in a row. World records. Is that a happy dance because you're happy to be here, or you're happy because you're going home?
Oh, I'm happy because I'm going home. Not going to lie, not going to lie, last show, but it's going to be a corker. We've got just so much. And as much as I love my job, I'm just looking forward to just some me time and some downtime, which will be lovely. And then be refreshed to start again in September. Where has this year gone? September when I come back.
Johnny has just reminded us that yes, it is 18 Mondays until Christmas. Get your head around that one. As always, we are live and interactive this Monday afternoon. If you want to get in touch and say hello, you can do. Get social with us on Facebook and on YouTube. Anything you want to ask us, anything you want to throw our way as far as questions are concerned too. And of course, if you want to send in any pictures, you can always do that. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. We've got lots coming up. The Bee-Youtiful collection. 80% of the stock has gone on this. As you can imagine, when we launched this, a huge amount of stock went on the launch day. But literally, if you haven't yet got this, you're running out of time to grab it, because it will go, especially at the price you've got it for today, £126, $192, a platinum price of just $79.99 or $112. It's such a brilliant collection, and one which I've never seen one quite like it, to be honest with you. Never seen one quite like it. I just want to quickly go through the boards just to show you exactly what you're going to get. There's so much in this collection. As far as value for money is concerned, you've got your beautiful Be Happy Edgeable there, which is stunning. Then you've got your bumbling in the flowers. I mean, again, how beautiful is that? Just as like a creator card die, or again, if you love your paper piecing, you're going to absolutely love these. I think this collection is perfect for that. The Sweet as Honeycomb, again, run that once through your machine. You've got yourself a beautiful, beautiful card right there. But then there's so much more as far as Stampin' die sets are concerned. You've got your Honeybee. This one always reminds me of Winnie the Pooh. Yep, or as I like to call him, Producer Johnny. And again, what we love about these is the fact that you get this gorgeous artwork in the stamps, and then you've got the dies to be able to cut out your stamps as well. There's the beehive. Oh, beehive! And again, look at all of the gorgeous detail you've got it. Why is it we can't? I always feel like we get through to this show, and then just the professionalism goes out the window just a little bit. I'll try to be as professional as possible. She's giggling now, and that set me up. And I can see, you can't see her yet, but I can see Bev laughing in our monitor over there. Stop laughing, everybody. We're here to be serious, yeah?
Yeah.
Next up is the Bee Blooms. This is the one actually Craig was showing us earlier on with those colour blend pencils that we've got on the show. But how beautiful is that again? To be able to build up your own flower. Again, you've got all of the dies that you need to be able to create all of the different layers on that should you want to. And again, some beautiful sentiments that go with it. We've got embossing folders, the bees and flowers. This is gorgeous as well. Your bees in the nature, your cut and emboss folder. Again, so much detailing on this. You're going to absolutely love it. We've got your Bee-Youtiful sentiments. Again, perfect this because the sentiments that you've got, you know, we don't just throw any old thing in there like, I don't know, best wishes or happy birthday. We've actually put in here sentiments like just because. Everything's been thought about. Be beautiful, be happy, be kind, be nice, be honest, be happy, be you. Just a few of those beautiful sentiments. And if you want to build a bee, again, you've got the ability to be able to do that because you've got all of the different elements here for you to be able to stamp out this gorgeous bee. And again, lovely frame there with the reef detailing if you want to use that. Then of course all of our collections famous for the paper that you're going to get with it. You get a beautiful paper pad with this. Let's do it the right way. I cannot believe, nor can producer Johnny, that we have still got this available for you in stock. So it's 72 elements in total, and again, how beautiful is this? You know, you've got the ability to snip into this. You've got beautiful frames in here, pattern paper on the back once again, and I know I say it all the time, but you guys will agree. As you look at the front of this and the reverse of this, it is literally like double A-sided pattern paper. It is really beautiful. I love that again. You know, you've got 4 different cards there straight away with those beautiful frames in. And once again, even more included in here. We're also going to give you your cardstock to go with it too. So it works out 48 sheets of paper, 24 sheets of card as well, plus all of the elements that I've just shown you as far as the dies, the stamps, the embossing folders, the cut and emboss folders as well. And of course, as you would expect, the beautiful cardstock that we're going to give you with this as well all matches up perfectly, so there's no guesswork in this at all as far as putting your projects together is concerned. Over 80% of the stock has gone. You have got to be quick. Of course, you can go for individual elements should you want to, but I mean, at this sort of price, why would you go just for a few bits and pieces? Get it all now at this amazing price, $79.99 or $112, I should say. You can go individually should you wish to, though. The other thing, just to quickly show you and touch on, are these shaped waterfall Stampin' dies. These are brilliant. I want to say that I've only seen these once before, but so super glad that they are back, because if you love cards that just have that movement, cards that do things, you know, cards that are going to kind of like, you know, surprise the recipient, then this is absolutely for you. And again, when you see how easy it is to put these together, you'll be jumping in to grab them. Look at the price today as well, by the way. £60 platinum, $67.97 if you're shopping with us in the US. And it is all about real fun. You're basically going to get a mechanism, a working mechanism with each of the different designs that you get within this collection, because as we explained earlier on, different shapes, you're going to need the different mechanism to be able to encompass that. But you've got a gorgeous balloon in here, and look at this. I mean, come on, seriously, how cool is that? And if you look at that and you're thinking to yourself, that's going to be terribly difficult to do, if you missed Wake Up Call a little bit earlier on, you'll see with Debbie later how super simple it is to be able to create gorgeous cards. And with each and every one of the die sets, you've got the coordinating stamps to go with them as well. So, you know, we were chatting earlier on about you know, stamping these up with little different messages on. You know, you can use those for all sorts of different occasions, but you're going to get your waterfall balloons in there. Then on top of that, I mean, it wouldn't be a collection, would it not, without beautiful butterflies. And again, you get all those lovely butterflies. There's your working mechanism. There's your butterflies to be able to layer up, and also of course you've got some little added embellishments too. There's your stamp set to go with it as well, with the relevant sentiments. Then as well as butterflies, how lovely is this? You've got your teacups. I mean, come on, absolutely lovely. I just love this so much. And then again, all of these beautiful stamps to go with it as well. Have a beautiful day, and a hug in a mug. Just a couple of the sentiments that you get. And then lastly in this collection, if you're going to have cups of tea, you're going to need some cupcakes to go with it as well. Quite simply, one of the most fun and brilliant collections I think that we've done Those are the stamps that go with it. We're also going to give you 10 sheets of your cardstock as well to, well, basically sweeten the deal even further. It's over £100 or $113, £60 today if you're platinum, or $67.97 if you're shopping with us. I know Debbie's got some finished samples over the other side of the studio. I mean, seriously, what's your favourite out of those two collections? They're both amazing, aren't they?
Ah, they're so unbelievable.
Hey.
Yeah, it really is. We have some great offers on the show, and you're going to absolutely love them. Ben's right, anything that's kinetic is so much fun. So having that movability to be able to put your sentiments on something, to reveal sentiments, is amazing. I absolutely adore the butterfly one, and we're going to demo with this straight away. Oh, I've just bent that little butterfly over. But you're getting so many elements in here. So not that cupcake, but the cupcake's inside. I love the fact that we've got all these different stamps that you can stamp the detail onto them. You don't have to use them like this. You could just use them as a topper and they would work perfectly well. Absolutely love the tea one. We know so many tea drinkers out there. Being able to make that teacup, your little tea bag here, I think is absolutely great. So a really comprehensive set of being able to have those toppers and also being able to layer them up in that waterfall style. And what's more, it's so simple.
Is it though?
Is it? Is it? Of course it is. Anything at Crafters Companion is made simple because we have the most amazing team that put things together, and they don't go to production until they are absolutely perfect and work incredibly well. What I also love is you get full instructions. So even though you can watch us back and you can follow step by step, you do get step-by-step instructions in these, telling you not only in printed format but also in picture format, which is great. Now I'm taking a piece of black cardstock. I'm going to take the main worker die. Now this die is a big die and it will need to go through your Gemini, but if you do have a Gemini Junior, in earlier show we could literally put this piece at the side in through one time and then put the opposite way. So there is a way to put it through your Gemini, but if you've got an A4 cutting machine, then you're absolutely fine. So we're just going to run that through, pop that onto our cardstock, and then we will cut those out. It's the same as any same platform for any thin metal die. So your base cutting platform, then your die on your card, then your plastic shim, your magnetic shim, and your top cutting plate. So it takes around about 18 seconds to run through, 19 seconds to run through the Gemini. So not long at all, and you get the most amazing detailed die. Now this is the one that all the work's been done for you, because not only does it cut, it also gives you the score lines. Now how I always do it is have this base looking at you and then fold this back on itself. So you fold that last one. You've got two tabs at the side, so you can see straight away this is going to be your mechanism, and what we need to do is just fold each one of them, and you can see how easy I'm doing that because all your score lines have been put in there from the die, and then that's the one. So when that's wrapped round, you can see straight away, if I just hold that there, that's the bit that's going to pull upwards and downwards. So nice and easy. What I'm also going to do is just make sure that we burnish these, because they're the ones that are going to be going up and down all the time, and the more we stretch the fibres in the card, the better the mechanism is going to work. So just doing all those, creasing those all in, and then we're going to start with matte and layering. Now, just to save some time, because I know we've got lots to show you through the demos, you have your stamps and we have our butterflies. So the die here will cut out your butterfly. I've just coloured mine in, so if I take one, I take the magenta one here. I've literally, you can see I've done it almost quite scruffily. I've just literally coloured in through the centre, and then I've just added blue onto that as well. So just go in with your blue at the end, and that then creates that purple in here. I just think it really aids to having something a little bit more funky with these dies. So you would cut out your die. This die fits perfectly on your bottom one, and all of them will be the same. So whether it's the balloon, it will have a balloon shape. Whether it's the teacups, it will have a teacup shape. So you've got all of those. So you'll need 5 of them in total. So I've got my 5 cut out. You've got all your stamps that stamp on top. So you can see I've stamped that one on the top. You've got your small butterfly as well here, and your extra small butterfly dies. You've got your florals in here. You've also got this one, which is a beautiful die. It cuts out these borders. I mean, how gorgeous is that? This is such a pretty die. It almost gives the impression that a butterfly's twirled around it. So it's a really pretty one. So we're going to pop them to the side. Let me pop my dies back on my platform. There we go, and that big one. And remember, these are all embellishment dies as well, so you can use them in any of your crafts. So what we need to do is we need to, first of all, mat and layer our first butterfly. So this one will go fully onto this bit here, apart from those top wings. So what I'm going to do is bring in my little pot of glue. So let's bring Gloria in. Yep. And then someone hadn't seen, oh, it was Nicola. She spotted Gloria this morning and said, what on earth is that, Debbie?
Well, Nicola didn't know about Gloria?
Nope, she's never known about Gloria. Oh. So I said, oh, lots of people have got Glorias now. Debbie's pimped hers up.
She has pimped hers up. Isn't hers called, I want to say hers is called Brenda, but it can't be called Brenda, can it? Because Brenda's
Brenda the glue, Brenda the spray booth. So this is Gloria the glue booth.
Are we ever getting these mass produced? You know, and sold to the general public?
We should do Crafters Companion ones. Perhaps I should have a word with, because actually I think people would love them if they were purple or blinged up or... Yeah, I think they absolutely would. Right, now, just a little tip here. This panel is the only thing that you want to adhere to that one panel there. So hold it like that. So you don't want to put glue where you don't need it. So as you put your butterfly on, you can see, don't put glue across that whole panel. All we need is to put a little bit of glue in these pieces here. So I'm just going to pop my glue
What glue are you using there?
I'm just using tacky glue.
And that's the best, obviously, is it?
For me, I think it's the best glue to use. You could put a little bit of tape runner, a tape pen. But I just think this is, just put a little tiny bit. The one thing I like about the glue pots, and you can get them online, I think they're called fine tip glue applicators, yes. But they only allow a little bit of a glue to come out at a time, so you know exactly where you need it, so you don't even have to squeeze too much. And you just need to hold it there for a few seconds, and then what I always do is make sure I get that straight, is when I hold it down, is just make sure you can still fold that top piece, because that's really important, because if it overlaps, it's not going to fold and the mechanism won't work. So just holding that down, and each step I'm just doing the same. So coming up onto this one, again, I'm just putting just a small bit of glue, because it's tacky glue, it will hold it really well. And we're going to pop that on there. And again, before that's stuck down, I just want to make sure that that folds, because that is really important that it doesn't catch. And you just hold it for a few seconds till your tacky glue takes hold. And then our last one, we're going to pop that on the top.
Already got orders coming in for purple Glorias, by the way.
Yeah, it's actually quite a good idea. I always thought, well, we don't want to sell them because you can get them free with the glue bottles, but actually you could make a lovely little purple sort of holder for your glue.
I thought you were going to say you could make a lovely little bit of money selling those. Nice little side hustle.
Yeah,
isn't that top of a plastic bottle? No.
Do you think I could claim commission? Right, so let's put our card together. So what I have done is I've got myself quite a big piece of card. I've done a 12 by 12. I've done a 8 by 8 card blank, but I've cut the middle piece out just so we can see through it. And then I've done myself some papers to put on the top. So let's bring in our tape pen.
I'm glad that we're getting to see this again, and I love the fact that we take our time with these, because it's so important, I think, particularly if you are fairly new, to see these demos sort of in full, because as I say, I always marvel when I see you like finished cards and you go, well, that's going to be so hard to do, but hopefully we break it down for you and you go, well, actually, a lot of the hard work is taken out of the fact that you've got the dies to be able to do all that for you, and how nice to be able to get a collection like this and then start making these cards. I mean, what a fun set to be, you know, crafting with the kids and the the grandkids and the grandkids with as well. They will absolutely love this.
And there's something different, aren't they? They're different to anything else. They've got that fun element about them, but they can also be for grown-ups as well, which is nice. So any age group, which
and isn't
is
it great that
lovely.
we've got the different mechanisms for each of the different designs in there as well? I think that's so cool.
Yeah, absolutely. So all you have to remember is this piece always goes behind, and then it almost, you can see it has the arrow. And then this time I've done my card bigger, so I'm not, you could do your card smaller so that wraps around. Well, actually, have I done it? I didn't think I did it to the size, but I might have done. You know what I'm like, Ben? Yes, I did. So yes, it is going to wrap round. So it's best to, because it then gives it even more rigidity. So I'm going to place that in the centre so I can see that I've got enough room. I'm going to turn that over, and just on these tabs, we're going to glue these to the back. That's the only thing you need to glue. So pop that one in first. And then what I mean by more rigidity is when you come to sticking this whole section on, you're then sticking these tabs down as well. So you're getting a full-on sort of stuck in place background. And I'm just making sure I've got plenty of tape around the outside. And then sticking that into place. Just checking my cards the right way. Pop. Oh, before I do that, Ben, forgot I've got these, haven't I?
Oh yeah.
So what I'm going to do with these is stick these onto the back. So I'm just going to do them so they're coming out of that centerpiece, just slightly there on the back, and then we're going to do the other one on the opposite side, just making sure I can see the little holes. And it just gives it something different when you're putting these onto your card. So I'm just doing the sides to make sure that they grab, and then popping that on the front. There we go. And I'm just making sure that that all goes down. I'm going to turn it over and just rub that down. Now, because you can see the glue here, you could put panels, extra panels on that side, and that will hide those. But if I pull this now, you can see we've got all our bits that come forward and upwards. And then all I've got, I did have, I'm always doing this, I had a little pull just to stick on the end, which seems to have gone somewhere else.
Oh, the instructions pull, you mean?
No, it says pull.
Yeah, that's what I mean, yeah.
On every one you have, I thought you had them on all of them, but if you go for the whole collection, you have a pull on one. Oh, there it is there. I thought they all had them in. You've just got your little stamp pull, pop that on a little piece here, and then someone knows exactly how to pull those. So really beautiful design. And there we go. That's our first one, and how easy they are to put together.
There you go. I mean, seriously, how much fun are you going to have with this collection? And the fact that you're getting all of this today for that price is amazing. I've just seen, like, if there is a multi-buy, but I'm sure I'm right in saying the multi-buy is two for 40 or 2 for 50. But then when you consider if you go for the full lot, you get all of them, and you get the 10 sheets of card as well. If you're platinum, I mean, you've got to go for the full lot, surely. £60 or $67.97. A really, really fun collection. Now, we are going to come back to this in just a few moments' time. We're also going to meet our craft ambassador. But with it being Monday Makers, we bring you a deal which is only relevant for 24 hours or whilst stocks last. And we like to call this our Monday Mega Deal. Deal.
Deal.
Deal.
Deal.
Deal.
Deal.
Deal.
Deal.
Deal.
Deal.
Shh. This is the ultimate stamping platform collection. Do you know what delights me the most again? I can see our craft ambassador on my screen, and sometimes I wonder, you know, when we do these silly things, are people going, oh, for goodness sake, or are they laughing? They're laughing. It's just, we do this all the time, and our craft ambassador is still laughing, so that makes me laugh. Yes, this is brilliant, right? Because this is an unbelievable collection if you want to be able to stamp with ease. And maybe maybe you're someone who's fallen out of love with stamping for whatever reason. Maybe it's something that you struggle to do. Maybe you are someone who wants to get into batch stamping. You just want to make life easy for you. We are bringing you a full-on collection here, which I just think is absolutely brilliant. We're going to give you your stamping platform and magnetic base. You're also going to get in there your 4x4 and 6x6 platforms included as well. And on top of that, we are also throwing in your stamping mat. So literally, this is all about making stamping a real breeze for you. And I think these are particularly applicable when you look at things like our layering stamps that we brought out recently. You know, if you fall out of love with stamping because, you know, you've stamped an image a few times or whatever and it doesn't quite look how it wants to and you've given up because you're thinking there's no way that I can align that image back up once again, or maybe you just find the whole process quite difficult, this honestly is a bundle I think that's going to change the way that you do things. And to get it for this price today is fantastic. £32 for the full collection, or $44 is the platinum price. And you'll also notice at the bottom of the screen below the price, you're going to get 50 bonus points included with it as well. So a really, really lovely bundle. Great, again, maybe if you're shopping for somebody who loves their craft and you're looking at a great gift idea, this is absolutely perfect. But as I said, it will only be around for the next 24 hours or whilst stocks last, because that is our Monday mega deal.
Dear.
Oh, I'm going to miss you when you go off for... How many days are you off for? 16 days.
Well, actually longer, because another week on top of that, because I'll be at Creating Craft and Not Crafters TV for 3 weeks.
So when's your actual next day back here?
Oh, I haven't even got no dates.
Oh.
Never, maybe.
Can you imagine? By the time you come back up here, I'll have moved in.
I know.
I'll be up here.
How amazing is that? Do you know what, Ben? I'm so glad I've shared your journey from you wanting to come up here full time, to buying your house, to seeing how it's done, to meeting all your neighbours through your phone. I think it's lovely.
Oh, thank you.
A new chapter in the life of the Mosebys.
It is a new chapter. Right, listen, let's get cracking and meet our craft ambassador. I love it on Monday Makers when we get to crown a new ambassador. And today we are heading over to Wales. We're heading to Cardiff, and we are going to say hello to the lovely Bev. Good evening, Bev.
Hiya, how are you?
I'm really well, thank you. And how is it in Cardiff today?
It's lovely, it's nice and warm.
Oh, is it?
Sunny, yeah.
Fantastic stuff. And listen, we had a little bit of a chat beforehand. We'll obviously get you to show. I know you've got quite a few projects that you want to show us that you've been working on. But we need to start first of all, I think, because I basically said to you whilst we were in the gallery, we were having a chat. I was saying like how sort of beautiful and neat your craft space is, and I said, is that like a little crafting shed? And you told me that it was, and then you went on to explain a little story, which I'd love you to tell everybody else because it made me laugh.
Yes, when I first had it, my husband bought it so that I didn't have clutter in the house. It's not clutter, but he'd gone down to the rugby and came back, and was quite happy. So fell asleep on the sofa, as they do. Mm-hmm. And my daughter was put to bed, and I thought, oh, I'll have a couple of hours in the shed. So off I came. Yeah. And we just come back from camping, so I had the garage key and my shed key, but I didn't have a house key because I didn't think I'd need it. Yeah. Long story short, he fell asleep, went to bed, locked the back door. I'm in the shed and ended up sleeping on a recliner with a sleeping bag, furious. I'd been throwing buckets up at the window, I'd been knocking the door, I'd rung the bell, I'd phoned, and he nor my daughter woke up.
That's hilarious. So you were throwing stones and stuff up. You even phoned and he didn't wake up.
It wasn't stones. It was shovels. You know, beach shovels. And I could hear him. The window was open, and I could hear him. And I thought, do I climb up there and try and get in the window? Because if I fall off the roof, nobody's going to know I'm on the floor.
Oh my goodness! So you didn't wake him then, and you spent the whole night in your shed, did you?
It's hilarious.
And what happened the next morning? You must have had a word.
I was looking through the window when he came down. He'd gone for a shower. He'd come downstairs, started to do the dishes, and I'm looking at him through the kitchen window, and he's gone, what are you doing out there? Open the door. And he went, oh, okay, opened the door, and he went to laugh and saw my face and thought better of it.
Yeah. That is it. Well, the thing is, like the guys in the gallery are going, where did your husband think you were? But obviously, he obviously got very happy at the rugby and fallen asleep, and he didn't really care, did he, by the sounds of it?
No.
Oh, my goodness me. That is so... Well, it's not funny, but it is.
It was funny. I laughed afterwards.
Yeah. Is he watching now, by any chance?
No, I hope not.
Oh. Well, listen, it's great that you've got a nice shed to do your crafting in. How long have you been crafting for, Bev?
Well, since the Catitudes, which I think is 3 years-ish.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah,
and I came across Hoshanda by mistake. I'd never heard of them, and I'd always made cards, but they were computerized. So I'd put somebody's face on a next body, you know, one of the catalogues.
Oh, yeah.
So I always sort of played, but I didn't really have the equipment to do it. I have now. Thanks to Crafter's Companion.
And so you've been crafting for quite a while. What's your kind of your sort of go-to craft? What do you like to do most?
Oh, well, since lockdown, it's really funny. I was listening to Craig the other day saying about his colouring over lockdown. Yeah. And I think that's when I started to develop a lot more with the colouring. Like I had the pens, but you know what it's like, all the gear, no idea. So I had a practice, and I made things I liked, and I made things I didn't like. So the things I didn't like got either binned or adapted somehow.
But that's always the way, though, Debbie. I think, isn't it? When you're sort of starting off in craft, is just to have a bit of a fun and a bit of fun, see what works, see what doesn't work for you. A bit of experimentation.
I even say to people that are well advanced as well, Bev, just to have a play before doing anything creative, because actually some of those times are the ones that make us get the most amount out of our makes, and then they go on to have new ideas. So no matter whether you're a beginner or advanced crafter, it is our tools that make us look good, isn't it?
Definitely.
And
what do you love most about us here at Crafters TV? Have you got a favourite show that you like to tune in for the most?
I thought you were asked if she had a favourite.
I did as well. You were with me then. I've got to be honest. I've since lockdown, I lost when you moved. I sort of lost track of how to find you. I found you now.
Yeah.
But it took me a little while to re-find you and the videos and what have you. But I've got to be honest, I quite like them all. So I dip in and out. And what I tend to do is when I get my delivery, I tend to go back and revisit the videos just to see what you did.
Yeah, it's really handy, isn't it, actually? Like you say, you can get your deliveries and then you can tune back in and, see all of the different shows. I'm trying to have a little, I can see that you've got loads of our pens behind you there. What else have you got in your craft room? You got like a favourite machine, perhaps?
Got the Gemini. That was my biggest purchase. That was my first biggest purchase. And I did have a smaller one, which was hand cranked, but you can't get the bigger dies through with it. Well, the card, you can get the dies through, but not the card. So I thought, I'm going to have that. And that's just been the start of it. It's just been the start. But the pens were just amazing. Yeah. Because they just are. They're just so, you can do anything with them.
Yeah, and you've obviously been quite busy because you've got a few bits and pieces to show us, so I believe. Can we have a look at a few things that you've made recently?
Yeah, well, today I was a bit nervous this morning, so I've done 2 engagement cards. So I did, they're quite similar. Let's see if I can get...
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Oh, I love that
the
die.
light.
That's the
so pretty.
Kissing tree.
These are probably the best thing I've bought this year because they are so adaptable.
Yeah, they're amazing.
They really are. And I did a couple of anniversary cards. So I've done...
Oh, fab.
So pretty. Do you know what I love about your makes, Bev, is that you've put the same colour cardstock in that congratulations over that colour, and it looks so effective.
It's one of your congratulations as well.
Yeah.
I was lucky.
It's amazing, and it looks like you've embossed it, but when you've put it in the same colour, I would never have thought to do that, and it looks beautiful. I love it.
Yeah, and of course the background is the water. It took me a little while to get this right. My friend Jude came over and we had a colour wash day.
Oh, I love that. That's amazing.
So we were, and I've got another friend, Di, who, if I'm not sure, I tend to go to them and say, what do you think about this? And the other day I was making a card and it just didn't look right. And I said to both of them, what do you think? And they both said, lose the heart, the extra heart. So it was less is more. So it's great because you look at something and in your mind it works and then you look at it and it doesn't.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. And it's so nice that you can craft with friends.
Oh, it's lovely. And Zoom is amazing.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, oh, that's so lovely. It's beautiful. Your makes are beautiful.
But watercolours, watercolours, this is something new. This is just something, these are not my sketches, but they're my colourings.
Wow,
That's
and this one is just a different, and today I did these this morning. So, it's good fun. It's just...
Look at that. I love that.
And I'm Welsh.
Wow.
These are brilliant.
Amazing. You are amazing, Bev.
Oh, and this came, I thought I'd better do something recent.
Hey.
Very nice.
Love that so much. Do you know what as well that I love more than anything is the fact that you seems like you've done this before because you can find the camera so well. Not many people can find the camera so well to show all the cards, so I absolutely love that. Loads of people, by the way, Bev, are laughing at the story that you told us at the top there, and lots of people. Kathy just said hilarious. I would have probably crafted all night. I bet that Bev takes her house keys with her when she goes out now.
And I've left him with a neighbour. My daughter, when she was little, used to think that Fiona was my best TV friend.
Oh, really?
Because I did a couple of competitions for the cards and I won 2 in a row. And they're actually on my shed up there. I'm not going to turn you, I could turn you actually, because it's not too untidy, but there.
Oh, look at this! We're getting a full-on look round now. It's funny you should do that actually, because Mary wants to know what the size of your shed is.
Not big enough. I think it's 9 by 11, but I could do it with big. And if I did bigger, I could have a bigger table with more people in.
That absolutely brilliant. Do you get a lot of time to go down there? I mean, obviously that one night you did have a lot of time in there, but I mean, generally, do you have a lot of time to craft?
Well, I didn't, but I retired last October.
Yeah. So that's freed up a lot more time now to get into the shed. Does hubby ever come down there and craft along?
No.
You don't look old enough to be retired, Bev.
Well, I am.
Oh.
I retired from midwifery at 55, so I started doing a little caring job, but it was over different days and it just didn't fit in my crafting, so I'm actually doing track and trace now.
Do you just before I feel like I could chat to you all night? This is brilliant. Who do you make your cards for when you make? Do you just tend to make for friends and family? Do you make to sell? Do you just make?
Well, I did, and then when we had lockdown, one of my neighbours across the road, her son was 40, and she asked me if I could make him a special birthday because they obviously couldn't get anything. So I did, and I just said, "Oh, have it," and she said, "No, I want to pay for you. I want to pay for it." So she paid me what she thought. What she would pay in a craft shop, which was fine. And then since then, the other neighbours had asked me, one particular lady next door, but 2 asked me for quite a few cards. And then it's just gone from there. And I'm now Bev Shed.
Well, Bev Shed is brilliant, but I tell you what, it's so lovely to see how much you enjoyed your crafting. So great to have a look around your shed as well. That story.
You're not seeing the other side.
Oh. It's always the way, isn't it? We always get to see so much, but the other side, I love that. I know you will see some of the comments coming in. There's so many lovely comments. Mary just saying beautiful cards. Bev, Deborah says beautiful cards. Diane says she is amazing. She should do the audition for a show.
She's my friend.
Oh, is that? Oh, right, okay.
She's the one I met on the Crafters Companion fan site, whatever.
Oh, that's lovely as well that you've met people through there then.
Yeah, there's some lovely people on there, some very, very clever people.
Yeah. But that's the other great thing about us here at Crafters TV, isn't it? And I know it sounds a little bit cheesy, but it is like a proper crafting family, isn't it? And you get to meet new people.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Aisha just saying, I love it when everyone gives us tour of their crafting spaces. Listen, Bev, you are more than worthy of the title of Craft Ambassador, and we are going to reward you by sending a nice little voucher your way as well.
Thank you very much.
Bev, listen, we've enjoyed your company so much. You definitely need to come back on and join us again, whether it be for a craft along maybe or something like that. Will you come back on?
Yeah, definitely.
I love that. I love that so much. Bev, thank you so much. You've been absolutely brilliant, and you are now officially a Crafters TV Craft Ambassador. Thank you, Bev.
Bye, Bev.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Oh, how hilarious was that story?
It's so funny. I would have been the same, though, as the lady commented. I would have crafted all night.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then just gone back to bed and said, you can do the housework all day now.
Would it have been like cold shoulder for the rest of the day?
No.
Yeah. Yeah. By the way, if you want to join us, you've seen how much fun it is. If you want to be a craft ambassador, if you want to join us on a craft along, anything like that, craft house, whatever it might be, you can get in touch with us. Really, really simple. If you just email crafterstvguest@crafterscompanion.co.uk, and you can come and join us. Probably Monday Makers is the good one because you get to have a bit of a chin wag. You don't have to, panic too much if you're a little bit like, oh, you don't have to panic, and you get to show us a few of your makes, and you get a little voucher as well, which is quite nice. So there you go, get in touch with us. We would love to meet you, and it's as easy as fun as that. Right, let us crack on and have a look at what we've got coming up. The Bee-Youtiful collection. Now, I went through the boards at the top. I'll go through them again for you in a little bit more detail, but I just want to, before we have a look at some finished samples with Debbie, just reiterate to you that we're down to the bare bones of this collection now. More of you have jumped in and grabbed it during the show. We're almost at 85% of the stock gone, and that's not show stock, that's all stock. So literally heading towards the last 15%. Look at the saving you're making today. Everyone's saving $26.89 or $52.40, and Platinum gets another 20% off. And let's have a look at some makes with our Debbie. I mean, this is just such a really different collection, isn't it?
Yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous, and once it's gone, it won't be back.
Oh, come on. Oh, dear.
It really is. There's got something for everyone here. I love this one. We're going to be demoing this because it's a Build a Bee, and I love this one because it's so pretty, and it's a nice one to be. If you love your Stampin', you'll love that one. This flower, I mean, I think this is one of my all-time favourite flowers. It's got a really lovely big space to colour in, so if you want to practice your colouring, it's a great one to use. This little strips embossing folder, that's going to go a long way with lots of detail on your makes. And then we've got such items such as the creator card, where you can cut literally into that paper pad. Now this is the paper pad, this cardstock is what you're getting in this collection. It's so lovely, and you can cut right into it. You've got all the papers to mat and
so that's literally just the cardstock, the paper and the die?
Yeah,
fab.
That's it. So just cut your paper, and in fact, you can get 2 of these out of 1 sheet.
Yeah.
So because it's just a 6 by 12 sheet of card, folded in half, put your die inside, some pretty papers, and Bob's your uncle. It's amazing. Then this one is lovely, and look, when you pull out the inside, all those different embellishments, you've got those border dies. It's such a beautiful collection. I love this border die because there's so many different things that you can do with it. And then we've got an embossing folder in there. It's just gone a bit ski with. Let's put that straight. Beautiful embossing folder, and then we'll just show this last one again with that Build a Bee, which looks amazing. So let's get started on that one straight away because it's a gorgeous die and it's got loads of different elements on it. Now the main worker die here is your bee, so we're going to take that one, and we've then got the wings and we've got the body parts as well. So the first one we're going to stamp out because that's the one we're going to be guided by. Now I'm going to bring in my Stampin' platform because the Stampin' platform, it's here. It's got lost. There we go. With your Stampin' platform, it means that we can position anything. So I've just cut out some hexagons here, and I've just mat and layered them. Again, I mean, that cardstock is luxurious. It's absolutely beautiful, and it's in that paper pad again. I've just used my hexagon dies to cut out a couple of mats and layers. So we're going to use this one to do our bee on. So I'm just going to pop this into place, and we're going to pop some magnets onto there to hold it.
Stampin' platforms are Monday mega deal, by the way, don't forget.
So I want to put this at an angle, but I also want to do it where I can see, so I'm going to move that round actually. Let me do this the other way. Let's move this round so this bit is at the top, because what I'd like to do is do it at an angle, but I want to position my bee. So the first thing I want to do, I'm going to pop that onto the corner here. So popping that there, we're going to go there. So let me pop that into place. I think that's the best thing to do, is to use it. Still want to go a bit more. Don't seem to be able to. So I want to do it that way, but I want to angle it, and I'm not getting that angle. Is it that way? It doesn't matter, does it? Well, I'm being really fussy, so it really doesn't matter. So let's pop that down and pop our bee into there, so I know it's ready to stamp. And then I'm going to take my ink pad. So I've got 3 different inks. I've got my quick drying ink, so I'm going to use our Spectrum Noir, the Noir Black, the Honey Pot, and the Anthracite.
Got to be Honey Pot, isn't it?
Yes, got to be that, yeah. So the wings I'm just going to do in the Anthracite, because that is the grey for the wings. And then I'm just going to ink this up, which is our black. So pop that down.
I got stung by a bee the other day.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, £10 for a jar of honey. Yes!
I did walk straight into that one.
It's National Joke Day, so I had to get that one in.
Of course it is, yes.
Send in your jokes, please.
Behave.
Sorry.
But look how beautiful that's stamped out, no problem whatsoever. So where I've put this on here, what I'm now going to do is take that off, but before I take it off, I'm going to grab my wings. So we're going to get our wings and pop that across. Now, where that piece is, let me do it that way. So this bit, can you see, this little notch will go exactly where the other one's been.
Oh, yeah.
Does that make sense? Yeah. So I'm just going to keep an eye on that, and then I'm going to layer that up to there. And then that will go directly through my body. So what I'm going to do is use my anthracite to tap over to that. And then we're going to pop that in there. And I'm just going to double check on that as we stamp down, stamp our grey, and then we get our beautiful wings. I mean, that's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah,
so
it really
amazing.
is.
So again, where that is, we're going to then take that off. I'm just going to grab myself a bit of kitchen towel so don't get too mucky. So let's just take that off of there. And then we're going to bring in that middle, Oh, I can't do the middle section, it's not there.
Oh.
It's gone.
Is it?
It's gone, yeah, it's not there. Let me just check, it's not gone up onto anything else.
Can I borrow mine, or have I?
Yeah, no, don't open the pack for it. It's not a problem because, and I'll tell you why, it's because we can colour it in instead.
Oh, okay.
So if you stamped in, what that would do, I was then going to stamp the honey pot, and the honey pot would stamp into these white spaces. But all it means is, let me grab my pen, let's go for the gold, brown, tan. Is that the one we want, or should we go for, yeah, that will be fine, won't it? Might be a bit dark. Yeah, a little bit dark, but never mind, we will just colour it in using that one. Looks like
lots of love for this collection, actually. Plenty of love for Bev, our craft ambassador, but lots of people saying they love this collection. Renee saying the Bee-Youtiful collection is one of my favourites. Helen Bratherton said, I made a memory journal using the bee collection. It's amazing. And Andrew Bennett is a beekeeper who says, I got this collection when it first came out. I love it being a beekeeper.
Oh, that's amazing.
And I've done Debbie's wiper card several times. Oh, yes, it was definitely the old wiper card last time.
That's the one. Oh, I'm thrilled you've done that. It's such a good card and so much fun to do.
Yes, do send in pictures, Andrew, by the way, if you want, of the card, and also of your beekeeping. That'd be awesome to see that.
Absolutely. It's a risky job.
What, beekeeping?
Yeah. Well, you must get stung by the bees, mustn't you?
I thought there was a joke coming in, but
no,
because they wear the stuff, don't they?
Yeah, but they must still get stung.
But bees don't sting. Oh, Andrew will probably tell us. But bees don't sting, do they? Not like wasps do.
Well,
like
they don't sting unless they feel threatened. But there must be some that do feel threatened if this big person in all this stuff is coming towards them.
Nah, but maybe they probably get used to it, don't they? Isn't it like? Just like, you know, one man and his dog, one man and his cat, isn't it like, you know, one man and his one man and his bees. You know, they probably get used to. Andrew, you can tell us. Have you been stung as a beekeeper? I would just imagine that bees are quite friendly. Charlotte's just saying her dad used to keep bees, and he
never really
been stung. What does that mean, though?
That's what I mean, they must get
He probably did get stung. But, well, Andrew, you can clear all this up for us, I'm sure. I'm genuinely interested in that. I'd love to see some pictures. Aisha just wants to ask, I know that the smaller platforms can't fit into the feet of the 8x8 platform, but can you use them on the magnetic base, says Aisha.
The smaller platforms
can't fit into the feet of the 8x8 platform.
Right, but you can you use them on the magnetic base? Yeah, absolutely. And as long as you line it up, like line the lines up, then you would be able to get a precision on that as well. Right, so I've just used that little embossing folder to create some little strips here from the border embossing. So I've got 2 here, and we're just going to ink those up in the honey pot. So let's pop those to the side. I'm going to bring these in, and we're just going to start to tie all this in. Now I want to also just use my honey pot around the edges so we can actually bring all that focal point into that bee.
Beautiful.
It is a gorgeous bee, this one, isn't it? I mean, really, they've got it spot on.
Well, it's really true to life, isn't it? You know what I mean?
So
How we do,
true
I
to
think
life.
we do a lot of cartoony kind of more...
But it's like a real bee, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Andrew's come back and said, bees only sting as a last resort as they will die. Yeah, unlike wasps who will sting many times. So you would imagine that, you know, you got to...
So how many times have you been stung, Andrew, then? That's probably...
Okay, Andrew, how many times have you annoyed a bee so much that... I've been stung by a bee, and that was once by accident when I accidentally trod on one, barefooted. And obviously that, you know, I mean, that's going to annoy a bee, isn't it, really, with my big size 11 hoof coming down on it.
See, I've been stung by a bee under my arm before.
On your arm? Wow.
Yeah. Because we had my aunt sucked out the sting.
Right. Right, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute.
Oh, you obviously wasn't here, because this
Let's just rewind. You got stung under your armpit.
Yeah.
How old were you?
Quite young.
Right.
Probably, I don't know, between sort of 7 and 9, I would say.
So 8. That's brilliant. I was between 7 and 9.
So 8 then. Well, it's National Joke Day. I thought I'll give you that one.
So you were between 7 and 9. And
why did the number 6 hate the number 7?
Why did the number 6 hate the number? Oh, go on, I'll let you do it.
Because 7, 8, 9.
Hey! Anyway, let's not go away from the story. So how did you get stung under your armpit, first off?
Because a bee got under there and I put my arm down and obviously, and it stung me.
So you're crying.
And then you have to get the bee sting out.
You have to get
sorry, I'm steaming up. My aunt actually thought that you had to suck the bee sting out, so that's what she did. So I think I must have been on with Joe, or was it Joe? Yeah, it was Joe. So he said you could just take the sting out.
You do. You don't suck it out, do you?
Well, then a lot of people online said that they would do the same and suck it out as well. So there was a bit of some people said no, some people said yes.
But then because she
spat it out. But apparently you have to get the venom out.
Oh.
Because it can be quite dangerous, can't it?
See, I got stung by a bee on my toe, so I should have asked Laura, shouldn't I, really? Any chance?
No, let's not get onto feet again.
Get that one out there. Oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear. So that's the reason. Oh, so suck out bee stings. Yeah, I didn't know that.
But yeah, some people said that you shouldn't, so I really don't know whether that was... We wouldn't recommend it.
No, maybe Andrew
No, I was young and my aunt done it. And she was brave, because I wouldn't have gone near my armpits.
Tell you what, if I was a bee, I would have definitely stung you as well. No word of a lie.
It's not the nicest place, is it?
You've killed a bee with your armpit. I've killed one with my stinky old feet. I mean, seriously.
So anyway,
Yes,
after all
anyway.
of that, you got stung by a bee last week. And what was you doing?
What?
Well, was it feeling threatened by you?
Who got stung by a bee?
Didn't you just say, oh, you stood on it?
No, I stood on it, and it wasn't last week. It was when it was a couple of years ago. Where was I? I was in Italy, and it was by. I was just walking around the pool barefooted, and it was in the grass, and so I obviously hadn't seen it. Put my foot down, went, ow, that hurt, and as I turned my foot over, there was a bee attached to my foot, and of course, shook
No,
it.
a
And then
bee, Johnny.
Huh? What?
Johnny said, ow. I said, no, it was a bee.
So yeah, great story. Thank you, by the way, for the bee jokes that are now coming in. Imcus Bafflestone on Facebook says, why did the bee go to the dermatologist?
I don't know. Why did the bee go to the dermatologist?
It had hives.
That's a good one.
What music do bees like, says, this is from Imcus as well.
The Bee Gees.
Well, Bebop, Beethoven, Beyonce, the Beatles,
Oh, so many.
Beastie Boys, Crosby, Stills, Nash and
Beyonce.
Young, Justin Bieber, and Sting.
Bieber. Sting, that's brilliant. That is brilliant.
Oh dear, keep those coming in. And sorry, we'll get back to it in a second. National Joke Day. Cindy says, where do cow trumps come from?
Oh, cow trumps.
Yeah, cow. Where do they come
Well,
from?
I gathered what a trump
What?
gathered what it was. I didn't need the noises.
Oh, sorry. I don't know whether you call that in the US. I didn't want to say the word, the F word. Where do cow come from?
I don't know. Where do cows' trumps come from?
The derriere.
Brilliant.
Cindy, that's brilliant. I love that so much. Keep them coming in, please. Oh dear. Charlotte's just gone. Charlotte's enjoying the toilet humour on the joke, so feel free to keep sending those in. She's off now. She's off. Mary Kate Knoll says, there are lots of bees in my garden, especially around the giant pumpkin patch. Right now, my largest pumpkin measures 60 inches in circumference.
Wow.
And it's still growing.
Massive.
60 inches?
Yeah, that's really big.
That's massive.
Yes. I'm like, wow. I mean, we've got loads in our garden, but just because we've got lavender bushes.
Oh, lavender bushes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Loads of bees on them.
I didn't realise until last summer, because we had 2 really nice lavender bushes in our garden, and they were just getting a bit sort of overgrown, and the childminding kids that Laura looked after were a bit scared of all the bees, so I thought I'd cut them back. And I didn't realise I cut them right back. You're not supposed to cut them right back to the branches, and then they never grew back, those 2 lavender bushes, which was a bit sad.
Oh, that's a shame.
But Mary, can you please send us a picture of your pumpkin, please? The guys want to see it. 60-inch pumpkin.
Yeah, definitely.
studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. Tell us what you're up to with the card. Yeah, we are still demoing.
I am still demoing, yeah. So we're making a little easel card. So all I'm doing is popping all my mats and layers on. I've put foam pads onto here because this one is going to act as our little easel stopper there. And then we've got one for the top, and we're going to pop that on the opposite way and then use our topper to place on the top. Yeah, I suppose it must be pumpkin season. It's unbelievable that we're going into September in a couple of weeks, because then it's October.
Are you like me then? You feel like as soon as October rolls by, I'm looking to Christmas then. I always think once October the 1st is there, I'm just all Christmas.
Well, you'll hate me, but I've already started buying for Christmas.
Have you? Well, I don't hate you, but you've already started.
Yeah, already started.
Who for?
I bought my daughters.
How do you know what they want though?
Oh, it's easy if they're your kids. You must
No,
know
but
what
we write lists for each other.
Do you?
Yeah.
No, that's
So
a
you
cop
haven't-
out.
Huh?
That's a cop out.
No, it's not though, because it's a good idea then.
No,
isn't it?
lists are a good idea, yes. But I just feel like I know my daughters well enough to know, and if offers come up or I see something in the sale and just things that they have and things that they like.
I suppose that's a good idea, actually. So then you get to buy stuff cheaper through the year, don't you, rather than buying it at Christmas time.
Yeah, I always start early because I just think otherwise it's a lot of money, isn't it?
Well, yeah, potentially. But I suppose it's different. Like my kids write lists. It just makes it a little bit easier, so you can pick and choose what.
But your children are younger.
Younger, yeah.
It's very different when you sort of get to adulthood and.
One thing I have noticed is that as they do get older, the cost of the Christmas presents gets more and more.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And there we go. So we've put our bee on there. We've got our little stopper, always be yourself. And we've used those embossing folders and those beautiful papers.
Wow, I mean, such a beautiful collection. You guys are jumping in again for this evening. Once again, feel free. We're after pictures tonight of Andrew of your beekeeping stuff. Mary, we want to see your pumpkin. And everybody else, we want to see your makes as well. If you've made any cards with this collection particularly, send them in now to inspire everybody else too, because we're getting great inspiration with our Debbie, but we want to see more as well. What I will tell you about this collection though is we are approaching limited stock. And let me just reiterate again, that's limited stock throughout. It's not just limited stock on this show, and we are down to double figures on this. If you're thinking, oh, you know, limited stock, that probably means they've got 500 left. We haven't. We're down to double figures on this collection. So if you want to grab it, jump in. This is the best way to do it because you get the whole collection. You can pick and choose should you want to, but be quick whichever way you're going. $79.99 platinum, $112 if you're shopping with us in the US. Wow, what a show we are having tonight. We're loving this so much. Suzette Sue's saying we should call this show the comedic hour. We're having a bit of fun, aren't we? Loads of fun, loads of great demos. Let's give you a chance to check out your baskets right now. We will come back in 2 with even more goodies, but if you've got someone in your basket, in your cart right now, go check it out. We'll be right back. We've had to make some changes to our shipping charges and we want to keep you informed. With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95 and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery. This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% of your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Busy, busy, busy. Thank you for all the lovely comments coming in. Lots of you loved that last demo. Thank you for all the lovely comments coming in. Talking about all the demos, you will be having to vote for your favourite at the end of the show. And then we'll be doing the demo of the day as well. Some really gorgeous collections tonight. Love this next one because I tell you what, again, if you're wanting to be able to create beautiful cards, but in all honesty, making them really, really simply indeed, then your Floral Stamps, your Floral Frame Stamp and Die collection is fab for that, because what you get is a gorgeous stamp frame, and then you've got the die to be able to go with it to cut out your aperture. So I think these are absolutely brilliant for creating quick cards, really stand out cards. And again, you've got sentiments which come with each of the frames, but then again, if you want to choose to use those as your own sentiments, you know, other sentiments you've got at home, you can do. I think these particularly could be quite good for little picture frames as well. They are absolutely beautiful and so super versatile as well. Great again if you like to create your box lids, all those kind of things. You're going to get 24 elements within this collection. This one is called I'm So Happy For You. So you can see again how this works. Nice big stamps, nice big focal point, and then you've got your die to be able to cut out that aperture, celebrate your day, and I am so happy for you. This one here is your For a Special Friend. You'll see again that you've got the different flowers on each of the frames, different design to the frame as well, and different sentiments with each one. So thinking of you and For a Special Friend are your sentiments there. And once again, you can't really go too far wrong with flowers, can you? Again, you think about all of the different occasions that you'll use these for. If I pop those on the side for you there, you can just see whether you're using these landscape or portrait. That one is You Mean So Much to Me. Then we have got this one, which is With Love From Me to You. Again, absolutely stunning. You know, simple oval frame, but then the detail that you got in those flowers. With Love From Me to You and Forever and Always. Next up is Heartfelt Thanks. Again, beautiful frame. Lovely florals around the outside. I always think there's little sunflowers. You have got Heartfelt Thanks and I Am So Thankful For You. And then lastly in this collection, how gorgeous is that one? I think that one might be my favourite. It's like a little meadow, isn't it? May all your dreams come true, with all of those different flowers, the beautiful butterflies, and some lovely, lovely sentiments to go with that as well. £46.76 platinum price, or $53.82 if you're shopping with us in the US. Debbie has got some finished samples to show us over the other side of the studio, but before that, looking at a collection like that, you might be thinking to yourself, wouldn't it be nice to have some beautiful pens or pencils to be colouring them with? Can help you with the pencils this evening, because we've got the Colour Blend pencils on an unbelievable deal. This was the chat on Wake Up Call earlier on this morning. It's pretty much a half price deal on the Colour Blend pencils. 120 in total for £49.60. If you're platinum, $69.60, and it is the full range of colours here. What I love about these is that basically you've got, as I say, a full collection. These are your naturals, but as I just quickly go through these for you, you know, you've got the beautiful ability with these to be able to, you know, get the tonality going with them. You've got the ability to be able to blend with these as well. And as we've discussed, I think quite a few times now, particularly on the Colour Me Happy shows, those are your primaries there, by the way. If you've got things like your alcohol markers, if you've got tri-blends, for example, then you can use these in conjunction with those as well to really make your colouring stand out. It's always stuck in my mind when Sarah was kind of describing it, you know, using these in conjunction with those pens almost takes your colouring from sort of standard definition to high definition. But they are super versatile, whether you're using them on their own or in conjunction with those alcohol markers as well. If you can get any of your blending solution as well. I think we did say that earlier on ours is sold out sadly, but there's ways and means to be able to, you know, get really, really beautiful blends with these. But what I would say to you is get these this evening if you haven't yet got them, if you've been thinking about buying them. Certainly the best price I've seen them at half price any day of the week. You've got to snap this up at £49.60 or $69.60. Probably the deal of the show, I would say, with those. Let's get Debbie's take on those, and let's have a little look at some finished samples of those floral frames as well. Those pencils, by the way, that's a great buy, isn't it?
They are. To have them at that price is incredible, and I'm going to show you exactly how to use them in our demo demo. So first of all, let's have a look at the different types of frames that you're getting. These are great fun, and they're also great to colour in. So if you're someone that wants, or a beginner, and you want a surface to practice with, these are just for you. Really beautiful designs. You can, I mean, look at that, colouring that in 2 different colours. Looks incredible. This one is, I just absolutely adore this. I think this would go really well with the elves, the Christmas, this would go with it. Just reminds me of that magical sort of scene.
Like the Secret Garden kind of thing.
Yes, it's definitely like that, isn't it? And I can imagine a little gnome coming out the top there, or using it with your fairy gardens or anything like that. But your lilies, so if you like a certain flower, you're going to have something in those style that you're going to love. If you love any frames that you can cut out with an aperture in the centre, I mean, look at them, just those poppies look amazing. You know, I'm just flicking through them because we have so many to show you. Using your watercolours, using your pencils, using your pens, anything you choose to make them with is going to work with these. Now, I'm going to take this one. This one is the I'm So Happy For You. So you've got that big, large die. So the first thing I'm going to do is grab myself my stamping platform. Now, these are beautiful, beautiful stamps. I'm going to make a dome-shaped card, or a dome panel on our card. So all I've done, and I'll give you the measurements for this, I've done a 6-inch card, and I've scored in at half an inch on each side, just for this centerpiece. And then I'm just going to place it onto our platform. So I'm putting that straight on there, just so I can make sure when I'm placing my stamp down, I'm going to get that straight in the centre. Now, the stamp itself is the same one way and the other.
Yes.
So, but you can have it either way. So if you want it long ways, you can. If you want it horizontal or vertical, then you can have it either way. So I'm just going to place that roughly into my centre. What I do want to do is make sure I'm not looking at the stamp itself, I'm looking at the frame, because I want that frame to look at least straight on my card. So just popping that into place, then we can pick that up. So I've got all my my card down and my stamp into place. I'm then going to bring in, we're going to be using some alcohol pens, because I want to show you how they use it. You're right, what you were saying earlier, Ben. And Joe always says using alcohol pens with the pencils on top is like having a filter on Instagram. It's like adding that high definition to whatever you're using them with. And I've actually got some samples as well to show you of that in bigger
like a before
form.
and after.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we're going to show, and I'm going to show you that in doing this one, which is quite unbelievable, the different effects that you can get. So pushing that down, and all I'm doing is I'm just working my fingers and my thumb just around that image to make sure that's all stamped out. I can see just here, so I'm just going to go back down there, and I can still see the ink on there. Push it down, and then I'm going to go into that section just to make sure we've caught that. Another bit there, look, I'm just being lazy, I'm not doing it all the way around to the edges, but there we go. So, and I'm not going to be fussy because I've already got one. Let's not keep going back in. Right, so let's take that one off, and then we're going to give this a little bit of a colour. Now, I really want to show you the impact that a pencil can have on your colouring. So all I'm going to do is bring in 2 colours. I've got my, I'm just using my Illustrator, but I'm using the violet and the camo green. So we're just going to paint just a few of these so you can see exactly what they're like. Now, I am just laying down one colour. So I'm using that violet colour just to go across quite quickly, just to add that bit of colour. So even though we can get shades in by adding different shades of the one colour, so we can build up that colour and add all that definition, make it quite 3D, pencils just have that added benefit of really layering up colour. Because they're wax, they make it shiny as well, so they look really effective and they make it pop. So I'm just going to do one corner so you can see what the actual image is like, just coloured in. And I mean, these colours, they go down beautifully, so any of your alcohol pens you can use. We'll just do this one as well, and then we'll show how the pencils lay down on top. What I love about the pencils as well is you don't have to go in with even the same colours. You can go with totally different colours and really layer up different colours, and they will blend in beautifully because they are blendable pencils.
Yeah.
Let's just do that one. I mean, it looks pretty enough anyway, doesn't it? Just laying that one colour down. So anyone can do this, Ben. So if you think you're not a stamper, you're not someone that can colour in, honestly, this is just laying down one colour because we've got such beautiful images. It lays down that colour and just creates the most picturesque scene.
Well, again, like you said, if you're looking to kind of almost start off a little, you know, crafty sort of hobby, if you like, this collection is brilliant because, you know, it's nice and simple to use. You've got the stamps and dies included, and if you want to add those pencils in as well, you're good to go, really, aren't you?
Oh, totally. Yeah, totally. And I'm doing this because I want you to see, like, by having a certain amount coloured in, I want you to see the difference when I start adding the colour. So I've already got one which I've pretty much nearly finished, but I'm going to add the rest of the pencils over the top. But I needed you to see enough of this to notice the difference.
Yes.
So I'm just going to do this last leaf.
Praise from Rhonda Crowley, who says the colour blend pencils are, in block capitals, amazing.
Yeah, they really are.
If you don't have them, they add so much interest to your colouring. And Rhonda also says, Ben, Debbie and Team Social, Shadow the Ambassador Cat says meow to you. He's sitting here with me
Shadow's
watching on my
amazing.
computer. We love Shadow.
Yeah, we do.
Rhonda, make sure from us you say meow back to Shadow. That's awesome. I love the fact that we have your pets watching the show as well, which is just brilliant. Big in the cat and dog world as well. We love that. We love that.
Yeah. We love any animals, don't we, here?
Oh, absolutely.
And I don't know if you know, but do you know that Leanne is an absolute guinea pig lover?
I did not know that.
You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah, her favourite animal. She absolutely loves guinea pigs.
Can I just tell you as well? Oh, you stop now. I'll tell you in a minute.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. So I'm just going to bring in my other one. So are you ready for this?
Yeah.
And I'm going to bring in my tin of pencils as well, because we are going to finish it off. So the one with the pencils, look at that.
Oh,
Look at the definition. Now, can you see I've left this one, so that's exactly the same as that flower there. So I've left it so you can see how we can layer them up and the dramatic difference that it leaves. And because we can add over the top those beautiful high colour, I've just been using these pencils, and I'll say that can't be sealed because I've been using them. I'm going to take my darkest purple of this one. Now, I am using, I think it's primaries. Yeah, we're using the primaries blend. And if you just add, so all I'm doing is I'm going to go in and where the shading, I mean the darker lines are already telling me that that's where my shading should be. Yeah. And then over the top.
Oh, here we go. Charlotte's in for an extreme close-up.
Oh.
A close-up queen. Isn't that your nickname, Charlotte?
Zoom queen. Get it right, Ben.
All right. She was like that. Zoom queen, actually.
And don't worry about how it looks because they are blendable pencils, which means we can still go in and get that amazing blending using the pencils because they will blend with each other. So I'm just going round the edges where I think that shading will be. I mean, I'm really going with what's already there.
It's in all honesty then, this doesn't take a lot of practice to...
Not at all. No, not at all. I mean, you can see I'm not laying these down in any sort of fashion at all. And then what I'm going to do is bring in the lightest one so you can see the two colour difference at the bottom. So this lightest one now is still darker than what I've laid down in my alcohol, but it means I can then go in over the top and I can start to blend because I'm blending it with that lightest colour. And it transforms it before your eyes. I mean, how incredibly beautiful is that blending? Yeah. So amazing. They are soft, they are pure pigmented wax, so there's no fillers in these, so, you know, no binders, no chalk, no substance. They are literally pure pigmented wax. So they're really soft, really easy to use. And they are blendable, which means you can blend two colours to make a third colour.
Yes.
So really beautiful.
And when, so we sometimes talk about your blending solution as well. Is that
Yep.
something that you would need to have straight off the bat to use with these?
No, not at all. It's great to have because what that does is emulsifies the wax.
Yeah.
So it will really blend all that in and you wouldn't see any lines at all. But what I love about demos like this is you don't need it. It obviously makes it very smooth. That's what it does. But you don't actually need it. So, and I'm not using it purposely because I know it's sold out before. I don't know if it's back in stock.
It's sold out again. It was literally in for about 2 or 3 weeks, you were saying earlier.
It sells every single time,
Yeah.
but actually I like doing a demo without having to use it. But look at the difference.
It's made it totally pop.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll finish this in a minute, but what I want to do is show you now just some comparisons in some bigger forms. So that's showing the lighter, the smaller projects. But if we bring these in here, in fact, if I show them like this, I think this would be better because that is beautiful.
Yeah, right.
Looks amazing. But when you add then pencils to this, you can create something that's even more incredible. Look at that.
Oh, yes.
I mean, that's just adding the pencils on top. So you can see the one here that's got, this one that's got the actual alcohol markers looks amazing because alcohol markers are amazing. But to be able to add all this extra detail is quite incredible.
You know what that reminds me of?
Same
I
here.
don't know if you ever see like videos on YouTube where they'll see they'll show you like an old film, for example, which they've remastered, and they'll put them like side by side, and
Yes.
that's almost like the difference.
Like it's been digitally enhanced.
Digitally enhanced,
Yes,
yeah.
exactly. And
Yeah.
look at that. I mean, the depth you get in there by adding all that extra detail, they really are truly incredible. We've got one more there, so we've got that beautiful yellow
Amazing.
iris, and then showing that other one. And it's a subtle difference, but it really does make it pop. So they are really incredible. So pencils will go a long way, and they're just so usable. So, and keep them in the tin. So what I am going to do, just to finish this demo, we're just going to cut this one. Yeah, we're going to actually make a project out of this. So I just want the die. So with each one of these, you are getting that worker die to cut on the inside.
Brilliant.
I've got everything finished and ready to pop on top. So let's just, there we go, low tack tape. Let's just stick that into place. So you can see your dies all around the outside, so you can't go wrong. We're going to run that through our Gemini. Pop that on. And then just send that through. So a really nice effect. As you get more craftier in your journey, a bit like Bev was saying earlier, you start building it up. She started with her machine and then she's built up to her dies, and once you get more and more, you start to add all those different elements, and pencils do exactly that, just add in another extension to what you already have. So you can see that cuts that out beautifully, gives us that really gorgeous, if I sort of move it, you can see that sort of shine on there. It looks absolutely amazing. And then I've already got my card already done. I've just literally created myself a little card blank, cut the corner off, had this little piece here. Now I've cut this smaller because what I want to do, I'm going to add my tape. So let me bring in my tape. I'm going to just make sure this is the right way. We're going to go into this piece. So bring in this up the top there. And then I'm going to stick that one into place. There we go. So rubbing that down, and then, oh, man, did you see what I've done there? I did it the same way and I need it back to front.
Oh, yeah.
Nearly. So bring that back in. So there we go. There we go. I'm just checking I got it the right way, but actually it doesn't matter because it's the same backwards and upside down. And then this time, can you see there's a lot smaller? So
Yeah.
this piece we're going to bend in. So just using the tape pen to go along here, making sure we've stuck that good. And then we're going to bring that in. We're going to bow that over
Okay.
and bring that into the side, just like that. And I'm just going to make sure that we rub that down, and then we're going to put our tape pen all the way down, and it would probably be better to use a wet glue here, but just for speed I'm going to pop that at the sides, and then we will just adhere our front and pop that into place.
That's really pretty.
Just like so. And then just rub that down. And this is the sort of one you need a box for. So like the box we did earlier, you can make a box because we've got that beautiful dome front there. And if I turn that round, you've got that beautiful image on the front. And there we go.
That is brilliant, isn't it? Using a combination of those floral frame Stampin' dies with the pencils as well that we've got on that amazing half price deal. Absolutely brilliant. The pencils, again, really busy for these. I just think this is a super time to jump in and grab them. 120 pencils you're getting in total, so you're getting the 5 sets of 24 pencils, and pretty much, I mean, you've got all of those colours there, but then, of course, as we chatted about, the fact that you can blend these and create lots of different colours as well, I just think it's a brilliant day to jump in and grab these. And what a great demonstration from Debbie as well to show you how you can use these pencils in, with your alcohol markers to create that kind of high definition, like we said, almost like it's digitally enhancing your projects. You're going to get primaries, naturals, your florals, essentials, and your shade and tone colours in here. So again, you are absolutely on your way with your colouring, and I just think to get these, professional quality, I think pencils like Debbie's talking about, all thriller, no filler with these. Once again, you're getting these beautifully pigmented wax pencils for that amazing price. That's why loads of you are jumping in and grabbing them today. £49.60, $69.60 platinum. It's a 50% saving for everybody, and then better than 50% if you're a platinum member. Again, and if you're not quite sure, read some of the comments which are coming in about the pencils. There's loads of comments. Andrew just saying, I've got the colour blend pencils. They are great on parchment paper as well. Pandacraft saying, it's my aim of the coming weeks to do a bit more colouring. When I start doing Christmas cards, I will be colouring. Laura, all 5 sets of these pencils are wonderful. And Mary Pat 1000 says this, I said this in Wake Up Call, but it bears repeating. I paid a lot more for this amazing collections of pencils. The price is spectacular. That's not me. I mean, I am saying that, but those are the words of Mary Pat 1000. You can read them on YouTube right now. Read what everyone else is saying. Read the reviews on Facebook, on YouTube right now. Everyone's talking about these pencils, talking about this price. If you don't want to take our word for it, take everybody else's word for it and grab these now, because it is honestly a phenomenal deal. Also a phenomenal deal is our Monday Mega Deal.
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 Deal. Now, never going to win that one. This, you're one of those people that just doesn't give up, aren't you? I know. This is a phenomenal buy, as we said, because you're going to get a huge collection of stamping platforms. We're going to give you, I can't believe we're doing this deal, your 8x8 stamping platform and magnetic base. That is included within this deal. You're also going to get your 4x4 and 6x6 stamping platforms as well. These just make life so easy for you when you're stamping. I would go as far as to say that these are an absolute must-have if you're getting into stamping, if you want to rekindle your love of stamping, because they're so easy to use. You've got your spring-loaded feet on here, which just makes it so easy to get stamping, for batch stamping, for people perhaps who have dexterity issues. These are fabulous because it just makes life easy. It makes life effortless, because if you make a mistake, well, not if you make a mistake, if your stamp doesn't work for you the first time round, there's no worry about going back in to do it again. It just makes it so simple for you. I love the fact that you've got the 4x4, 6x6, 8x8, and you're going to get your professional stamping mat included in this as well. Talk about those pencils being the deal of the show. This is amazing. And the reason is that it's only a 24-hour deal. I mean, I don't think we can afford to keep this deal on for much longer at that price, and with 50 bonus points too. A wonderful bundle for your Monday mega deal. 50 bonus points, everything right there for that amazing price of £32 or $44. Rekindle your love of stamping. Make your stamping even more professional than perhaps it is now. And as I said, if you want speed, if you want precision, if you want accuracy, this is the way to go with your stamping. Grab it tonight, certainly grab it in the next 24 hours, because if you don't, you'll be kicking yourself because you've missed out on that great deal, and you've missed out on 50 bonus points to go with that collection as well. Right, let's have a little look as far as extra goodies are concerned. If you are in the market for some storage, what about this? The 12 marker storage wallet for your Spectrum Noir pens. Again, great deal on this. You're saving 20%. Everyone saves 20%, and then another 20% off if you're platinum. Nice to have the storage for this, but also, you know, as we were chatting to Bev a little bit earlier on, I think a lot more people getting out and about now, meeting up with friends to do a bit of crafting. So it's handy to have a great way to be able to take all of your crafty goodies with you. So that's your 12 marker storage for £7.67 or $10.85. If you want to go bigger, look at this price on the 24 marker storage wallet. Amazing value for money. It's under £10. If you're a platinum member, $12.77. However, if you're saying I need to go bigger, we can supersize you up to the 48 marker storage case for $25.59. Again, everyone saves 20%. Another 20% comes off if you're platinum. $31.97 if you're shopping with us in the US. But if you're saying to me, hang on a minute, Mose, I need it bigger. We've got the 72 marker storage carry. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Is that right? So the 72 marker storage case is less expensive than the 48? Are you joking me?
I think that's a mistake, so yeah, get it.
Right. Seriously, this is one of those where we go, what? Get it now. 1919 or 2557. Get that before somebody realises it's wrong and corrects it. Get it. 1919 or 2557. And then next up, I think it's the first time I've seen this. A universal carry bag. Look at this. $39.99 or $47.96. $31.99 platinum, $38.37. I think that's the first time I've seen that, Debbie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've got one.
Have you?
Mm-hmm.
So how many can you get in there?
You could get all of them.
Oh, seriously?
100, how much? I can't think. Yeah, 140.
It looks like a mini suitcase.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's so good. Yeah, really good.
So pretty much, whatever your selection and collection depends, you have got a storage wallet or indeed a bag to be able to pop those into. Fantastic. You can get 216 markers, or 42 ink pads in that collection there. So that is amazing. Loads of you jumping in and grabbing the storage. I think a lot of you have just twigged to that deal on the 72 storage holder as well. Lots of lovely comments coming in. Thank you to Deborah who says, I finally did my first craft. This is great news, Deborah. The double Dutch card kit, Bright Blooms. Because I've been watching all the shows, I was able to add the foam pads. Glad there are shows to show how to do it. Well, that makes me feel happy, Deborah, that you've made your first card. If you want to, by the way, Deborah, send in your picture of your first make. We would love to see that. And talking about sending in pictures, let's see Mary's pumpkin.
Wow, Mary, that's huge.
Now, Mary did message to say, now let me just find this a second, because you might be looking at that and thinking, it's not, do you know what I mean? It's hard to show in a picture, isn't it, when you've not got something to kind of reference it against.
Well, I think the leaves show how big that is.
All right.
Oh, is that what you were going to say?
No.
Oh.
I'm not questioning it. I'm just saying that if you're looking at that, Mary says, I sent in a picture, it doesn't look as big in the picture. My niece helped me get a picture. It also is 26 inches from the top of the pumpkin to the bottom.
Wow.
So 60-inch circumference and 26 inches from the top to the bottom. I mean, that's 26 inches. That's, what's that? 26 inches? That's huge.
Well, this is 18 inches. So double that is 36, so it's slightly smaller.
So it's that and a half, isn't it? It's that it's 1.5.
Yes, yeah.
Of that?
That and a half, like 12. So a 12 by 12 inch plus 12 inch.
Can you just...
Sorry, yes.
So that,
one, yeah.
and then half of that again.
And then half of that.
And then tip that up on the side.
So about that big.
Woo! And
That's
60
big.
inches. I mean, that is a big...
I think it looks massive. And you know what's brilliant about it is it's just completely circular. Like you get a lot of pumpkins that are, they like look odd shapes. That looks perfect, like the perfect pumpkin. I know my pumpkins, Johnny. I have to carve them every year.
See, I mean, seriously, it's an education, isn't it? Pumpkin connoisseur over there. Just brilliant. Mary, thank you for sending that in. I'm so glad that we got to see that. What's wrong with my voice tonight, by the way? My voice is breaking.
It's your first day back, Ben, so don't let your voice go.
Oh, don't worry. Right. Charlie. Ruggy. We've got 25 minutes left. Where's this show gone? Honestly, I've had the best time. Has everyone else? Oh, good. Thought it was just me for a second then. I just want to quickly go back to the Waterfall Stampin' Die collection. I love this because I love cards that do stuff. I love projects and cards that have a little bit of a surprise with them. And what I also love is, it's gone again then, what I also love is when you see things like this, and it's easy to do, because I think if I saw a card and then you showed me how to do it and it was impossible, then I don't really want it. But the fact when you've got this, it's simple to do, and you can very quickly start creating real standout cards very, very quickly indeed, then that's why this collection is brilliant today. What you get with each one is the mechanism for each of the different things. So this is the cupcake. So you've got your mechanism, you've then got your dies for your cupcakes as well, and lots of additional little dies in here. So for example, you've got little cherries, you've got the top of your cupcake, and then you've got little things like your sprinkles included in there as well. And that's where the stamps come in, of course, because you've got your stamps which relate to your dies to make it all nice and easy for you. And really lovely sentiments with this as well. Let's celebrate. It's Cake Day, make a wish, and thanks for your help. So we've got your cupcake. Also in this collection is that beautiful Waterfall teacup. Again, so simple. I know we're going to get another demo in before the end of the show, but you can see Debbie's demo from earlier on. You'll be able to see Craig's demo that he did with this as well on... did he do it? No, it was you earlier on, Debbie, wasn't it? I'll make it cool. Yes, it was Debbie. God, dear. That seems like yesterday, honestly. It seems like such a long time ago. Then you've got your teacup stamps as well. Again, love the fact that you've got your little tag with a little tea bag there. Have a beautiful day. Hug in a mug. Really cute little stamp heart background there too. Then you've got your butterflies. Again, absolutely gorgeous. Those little fluttering butterflies. We saw this one a little bit earlier on with Debbie. Again, if you missed it, go back and you'll see how simple it is to put these together. Lots of beautiful little added embellishments as well. Really love that one there, which Debbie popped onto her card earlier. Then you've got the beautiful stamps to go with it as well. Really nice big statement butterfly. Flying by to say hi to a special friend, and so happy for you. And lastly, possibly my favourite, I think, in this collection are your Waterfall balloons. Just really happy, for kids' parties, absolutely brilliant for any sort of celebration. Absolutely love that. You've got your little Prosecco glasses and bottles and swirls and balloon dies in there, and then of course the stamps to go with it as well. Love the idea of adding like the different sentiments for each of the layers, maybe popping little photos on these as well to flick through. There's so many different things that you can do with them. Normally over £102 or $113. Platinum price today is £60. So everyone saves $27.95 or $28.33. £60 or $67.97 if you're platinum today. Whatever is your pick of the show, make sure you get it in your basket and get it checked out, because we are rapidly heading towards the end of the show. It's been such a great show, such a great day today as well. But let's get going with probably what will be our last demo. What are you going to make for us, Debbie?
Right, we're going to do the teacups. We've got to do the teacups, haven't we? So they're amazing. I'm going to do a little bit more die cutting so you can see what you are getting. So I've got coordinating colours. So I'm going to use some blue cardstock to cut this actual mug out. And then we've got these layering dies on the inside, which I love. It means you can use all your paper pattern scraps. Oh, that was a mouthful, and I managed to get it out. And this makes me laugh, actually. You've got this little leaf, and I'm thinking, oh, it's like a tea leaf. He's like, why would you put a leaf in? It's funny, isn't it? So tea leaf, yeah. But it is probably leaf from, yes.
A tea leaf.
But yeah, it's funny, isn't it? Tea leaf. So So Johnny doesn't get it. Yeah, thief. They call a tea leaf a thief, don't they? Which is just funny that there's a leaf in there. So if you know, if you wanted to send someone something jokey and they were a tea leaf. Right, let's get off. Yeah, my mind's, honestly, I don't know who invented my mind.
It's got a bit funny, isn't it, after day number 642?
Yeah. Oh dear. Yeah, you'll miss my Debbie-isms.
Yeah, I certainly will. You do bring a lot of smiles and happiness and randomness to the show. I love working with all you guys. I said it on my Facebook post the other day. Everyone's got their own little funny personality here, and I think right across the board, we're all a bit bonkers in our own little way, aren't we?
Yeah,
There's nobody normal here, is what I would say.
Speak for yourself, then.
Come on. Do you know what I mean, though? There's so many quirky characters here, and I think that's why we all get along so well.
Absolutely.
Because they're all absolutely bonkers.
We are definitely bonkers, yes. Absolutely. Right. I'm going to show this spoon, because this spoon is super cute, and it really does look like a proper little teaspoon. It actually reminds me, and I don't know if you can still get them, but you used to be able to get a set of teaspoons which were proper teaspoons that were Diddy, that just go in the cup. Do you remember that? My nan used to have a set, and she used to have them in a little, they were like in a little...
Well, like smaller than a teaspoon?
Yes, they're smaller than a teaspoon.
But were they not measuring spoons, like really small measuring spoons?
No, because they were all the same, and they were like this, little tiny little spoons they were. So you'd have just a little bit of sugar from that little spoon in little teacups.
Oh, like with the proper... Yes, because you get the little sugar pot with the little...
Yeah, and they were tiny little sugar, and that's what that reminds me of.
And salt as well.
Yes.
When you spoon out salt.
Yeah,
I know what you mean.
You used to have the little spoons. But look how, I mean, that's amazing, that little spoon. I think it's just brilliant. It looks so real, especially when you're cutting it out of mirror card. So then we've got our other die cuts, and we're going to mat and layer those on top of each other. So super easy to get your toppers. I'm going to pop those back over there. I love the sentiments on these ones, Ben. They are so cool. You've got that, have a beautiful day, a hug in a mug. You are terrific. I mean, it's just, I really adore those play on words. Right, so anyone that missed it earlier, these are super easy to do. So all you need to do is have your cup shape, or whatever shape, whether it's your balloon, your butterfly, have it facing down so you know that your teacup will go completely onto that bottom edge. So if I do that, you can see, and you always take them behind, so fold that back. So once you fold that back, you then fold all the rest, because all of those, you can see it a bit better now it's in white, all these score lines have been put in there for you. So I'm just going to fold each one back, and you can see because the score lines have been done, they will just fold really super easy. Then what I'm going to do is just make sure we reinforce those score lines to stretch the fibres in the card, and it makes the mechanism work really well then as well. And then our next one, and you're just going to do this for all of them. This works the same way no matter which ones you are doing. Obviously you get a different design for each one because you have a different shaped bottom. So this one obviously is the teacups. Did that make you laugh then?
Sorry.
Everyone has a different shaped bottom. You're so childish, Ben.
You're so childish.
Right, so I've got all these other ones here, and I've even stamped a hug in a mug on top of this one. So we're just going to mat and layer these on. So let's just use our tape pen. That will speed it up. And we're just going to pop these into each one.
Aisha just said she's just picked up the carrying case to replace her 72 marker set bag.
Oh, surprise, that's amazing.
Yeah, now use for my aqua markers. Those storage deals, by the way, are flying out of the door right now. Just to quickly remind you that we've got the 48 storage. However, the 72 marker storage case is cheaper than the 48. I mean, you worked that one out. I mean, I'm not the smartest bloke on the block, but that for me, I don't know what happened there.
Yeah,
1919.
I think they're the wrong.
But that's what the offer is right now. Get it whilst you can. before it disappears. And thank you, Mary, as well, who's just come back. Mary's pumpkin, which we've been talking about tonight, who says, what was funny about the pumpkin is that I didn't have my glasses on when I bought the seeds, but I didn't realise that I was buying giant pumpkin seeds. Well, at least you've ended up with a giant pumpkin, haven't you? So, you know, you'd have been disappointed if you found out it was giant and then you got like a little diddy pumpkin. But, you know, what was it, 26 inches by 60 inches circumference? Pretty decent,
Yeah, it's a big old pumpkin.
Yeah. Just, so is it always 5 you put on the waterfalls?
Always 5, yeah.
Right.
There are 5 little slats.
Okay.
So the first one obviously is your main image.
Yeah.
And then you've got 4 others that go on these pieces.
And do they become more sort of waterfall-y the more you use them? Because Tammy was saying sometimes when she uses hers, she finds that like the ones on the bottom don't always like flip up as well.
Yeah, I tend to not. You can, but what it means, and I'll show you when I finished it, it just means that you have to wiggle it back into it. But for it to openly go open and shut, it's like anything. If you fully open it, you have to just manoeuvre it back into place.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's because it doesn't work. It is purely that the fact that it just needs that movability to put it back into its place. Yeah, absolutely. So with this one, all I'm doing is making sure that my tape is only in that centerpiece, not at the edges, just in case, like here, you see a little part where it doesn't need tape. And I'm just making sure again that I'm only going on that fold. That fold must be able to crease. So that's really important when it comes to your mechanism working. Then popping our next one in. And then our last one on the top. And I mean, these really are sort of makes that you're not going to do them in 5 minutes. You want to have a nice afternoon of cutting out your pieces, putting all your papers together, just having a lot of fun with it. Now, what happens is you've got these side tabs, and it's the side tabs that go behind this main strip. And when it goes behind there and you glue it down, this piece here will then waterfall over the top.
Fab.
So that one, just going to make sure that goes up. Making sure that, let me just fold that
just
down.
to say as well, Michelle's saying I just want the cup die. You can buy these individually if you wish. You don't have to go for, we just say it's giving you the best deal, which is obviously the main bundle there. They are available individually if you want to, you know, if you've got a particular shape like the teacup, you can get it individually, or you can get them on a multi-buy as well, which is 2 for £40 or $50 if you want to go that way. It's entirely up to you, whatever your budget. But remember, with this collection as well, you get all of the stamps and dies. And of course, we give you the 10 sheets of cardstock included as well.
So what I'm going to do on this one, Ben, you can see I'm going to pop my cups to the top there.
Yeah.
And then these tabs I'm going to wrap around the sides. Now, when you wrap them around, if you turn it over, all you need to do is glue these tabs. Now, if you don't wrap it around something, you can just glue the backs of it to whatever card that you're doing. So this back bit, you can just glue directly onto the back. You don't have to wrap it around a card. Oh, I've done that the wrong way, but that's fine, because we're going to glue the back anyway. And then we're just going to pop our glue all over the top. And that will then adhere to our card. We get into the end again. So popping that into place in the centre of our card. These are just great fun, aren't they? That's what I love about them.
Oh,
really good fun. And then I've got some extra pieces. So this I love. You've actually got a stamp and a die to cut your little tea bag out. So all I'm going to do, we're going to pop this through here. So
I think this collection's nice enough to even get you into liking hot drinks, Debbie.
Oh, I don't know. Have a cold cup of tea.
A cold cup of tea?
Cold cup of tea.
Like iced tea?
Well, I don't know. I've never tried. Never tried iced tea.
Do you just like actually not like hot drinks, or you just?
Yeah, I don't like them.
For what? For the?
I used to drink tea. So the story is, if anyone does, so I don't like to always admit it, but
does it have to if you don't want to?
I know. I used to be a smoker, Ben.
Oh, okay.
Many years ago.
In fact, I can't see that about you at all. That's a really weird thing to say, but I can't
even imagine that I smoke. So, and I always remember when it was, because I gave up smoking a week after my niece was born, and she's 16 at the beginning of at the end of August.
Yeah.
So the first week of September, that will be 16 years that I've given up smoking.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah. So and it was one of the hardest things I've ever done. I have, you know, when people are addicted to things, I have a lot of sympathy because it really genuinely was the hardest thing I ever done. And just while I'm talking, I'm going to just stick all my other elements on. And what happened, I couldn't give up the cigarette in the morning with my cup of tea.
Oh, so
I just could not give it up. And someone said to me, well, why don't you just not have a cup of tea in the morning? So I cut out my cup of tea in the morning, and I managed to cut out that cigarette in the morning. And then my taste buds just changed, and I didn't like tea. I then associated tea with smoking. So I went on to coffee, and then I thought, why am I drinking coffee? I don't even like coffee. And I think it's always this, people just think that you should drink hot drinks.
That's so true, isn't it? Everyone always assumes that
whenever you go to someone's house, it's like, what,
you've got to have a cup of tea or a coffee, haven't you? You've got to like one or the other.
And people still say, even now, they fancy a cuppa.
It's like, I'll have a cup of water, thanks very much.
Yeah, and I always say, and they go, oh, I've got Coke, got juice, and I'm like, no, water, please.
That's so interesting. I never ever knew that about you, but that's that's
so
really
that's the reason that I stopped drinking hot drinks, really. Yes, there you go.
Wow.
So I'm just going to pop just a couple of flowers here. Again, they are dies and stamps. And if I bring that round, you can see we've got our beautiful cup of tea with our little tea bag that all then flip into place. Oh, put that one down.
Hey,
I've just made it, sorry, I'm doing it upside down, so there we go.
There we go. Terrific, isn't it, that?
Terrific.
Terrific. So many great deals on this show, whether you're going for a Monday mega deal with the stamping platforms, whether you're going for any of those storage deals that we showed you. This is fantastic. The Bee-Youtiful collection heading towards limited stock. Now is the time to kind of get those items in your basket and get them checked out, because we've got, 10 minutes remaining on the show. But whilst you're doing that, we do have some business to take care of, because we need to find out what is going to be the demo of the day. But before that, we have got another demo to add into the offing there. You've got your pick your favourite demo from this show, and this is going to be tough. Take us through what you've made, Debbie, because there's some beautiful cards here.
Yeah, got some lovely ones today. So our first one was the butterfly waterfall. So number 1, number 2 was our bee, number 3 was our beautiful floral frame, and then number 4 was our teacup waterfall.
There you go, 1, 2, 3 or 4 on the Waterfall Stamp and Die collection. Sorry, what we're talking about on the demo of the day. If you want to get voting, do that now. We'll say you've got about a couple of minutes at most to pick your winner there. I just wanted to also update you, because so much stuff here. The Bee-Youtiful collection is now limited stock. There's green on the screen, which means
it soon won't be seen.
Yes, Debbie. So get it whilst you can. So limited stock means we're down to the last 10% of the stock remaining, and it's not show stock we're talking about. It is stock within business. It's all we've got left. So if you want to grab it now. $79.99 for all of these goodies within this collection. It is quite simply beautiful, because you've got all of these stunning metal dies. Again, almost like creator card dies here. You've got beautiful apertures as well. What I loved earlier on was the card that we saw Debbie make, one of the finished samples using this die with just some of the papers from the collection and the cardstock that you've got as well. Absolutely beautiful. Not just the dies, but then the stamp and die sets as well. I love this bee blooms. It's almost a bit like, build your own flower, really. You can cut out all of the different layers, decoupage it up, build those layers, add in the gorgeous bees and the sentiments as well. Stunning. This one is the beehive. Again, really love this, because you've got so many different images there that I just haven't seen in other collections. I think truly this is a very, very different, really unique collection. This is your honeybee again, with the beehive and that gorgeous honey pot reminding us of you know who. And remember, you've got all of the stamps and dies in there as well for ease of use. This is your bee in the nature, so that is a really beautiful cut and emboss folder. Again, so much detailing around here. Nice and easy to get that aperture in one pass. Then you've got your bees and florals. Again, stunning embossing folder, just really echoing the sentiment of those beautiful bees and florals. We've got even more in here as far as the stamps are concerned. Your Bee-Youtiful sentiments, and as we discovered earlier on, ties in with everything you've got in this collection, not just another set of generic sentiments. Sentiments which are relevant to this collection. You're the bee's knees. You are so sweet. Home is where the honey is. Love that so much. Then the stamp set, which Debbie showed you a little bit earlier on, the Build-A-Bee, gorgeous. I mean, the artwork on this is phenomenal, as we said. Looks so true to life. You, you know, choose the colours here, choose the way you're going to frame this, and you can create a really, really beautiful project just from that set alone. And then, of course, on top of all of that, we're going to give you all of this gorgeous, gorgeous paper as well. You've got your pattern paper pad and the matching cardstock to go with it as well. And just as you quickly look through here and realise we're just heading towards the end of the show, so I'll be fairly brief, but gorgeous. If you want pattern cardstock, you've got it there. I love the tones that you've got. Beautiful, beautiful detailing. And as I said, this comes with the cardstock, pearlescent cardstock, which matches beautifully to this collection. So no guesswork about what goes with what. It's all there for you. $79.99 or $112 is the platinum price on this. Just whilst we're waiting for the demo of the show to come through, let's have a look at the some finished samples with this, because I think it's nice to see what you get as far as quantity is concerned, but it's even better when you can put into your own mind how it might look with a project.
Oh, so much so. I mean, your imagination is going to just set yourself alight with all of these like different ideas. But just for inspiration, being able to build up scenes like this, making a box with all those dies and those different embellishments. If you love your colouring, there's lots of different elements to colour in with this. What about using your glossy highlights on that bee? Look how shiny that is. It's absolutely gorgeous, that Build-A-Bee. And then you've got items such as this one, which is just amazing to use. You can create all sorts of different concept cards with this one. I love the fact that it is a circular one. Then you've got this oblong one, which actually cuts out completely, but you can really use it to do so many different designs.
Brilliant.
Making cards like this, I mean, how cute is that?
That
Build-A-Bee is amazing, and honestly, it works every single time. Just layer it up like we did earlier. Paper piece, so doing that die, paper piece, and cutting it out of a piece of that card that's in that cardstock, and then layering it up and having these wings that come out of here. So absolutely amazing these are.
Fantastic. Get it whilst you can. It will soon be gone. Let's just quickly get the vote going for the demo of the day. But first, what did you vote for as the demo of the show? I hear you cry. I will tell you that the winner of demo of the show is number one.
Number one, the butterflies.
Yes.
There we go. Number one, the butterflies.
Fab. So let's just quickly get the vote going on the demo of the day then. So number one is the gorgeous Christmas large word edibles card, which Craig made a little bit earlier on. You can't quite see it, but there's a beautiful wraparound acetate snowflake on there as well.
That's really pretty.
Really lovely. That's number one. Number two, of course, is the Craft Along box, which our Debbie made. That is absolutely gorgeous. If you missed that earlier on, by the way, make sure you go back and check it out. You can watch the full Craft Along via our YouTube page. So that's number two. And number three is that beautiful Waterfall butterfly card that Debbie made, and you just voted for as your demo of the show. So 1, 2 or 3, you've got literally 2 minutes to get the votes in on that. I just wanted, before I tell you what's coming up tomorrow, by the way, the storage case. The storage case, you guys have now gone, what? Hang on a minute. You guys didn't think this was real. We thought we were winding you up. It's there. It's on our website right now. The 72 marker storage carry case is cheaper than the 48. Work that out. Well, actually, don't bother working it out. Just buy it now whilst it's there. I'm not quite sure that that's supposed to be the price. But never mind. That's what we're doing. We're honouring that price, so get it whilst you can. £19.19 or £25.57 if you are shopping with us in the US. Tomorrow, by the way, is going to be a brilliant day. I've been looking forward to tomorrow since I think it was last Wednesday when we previewed some of the items coming up. We've got Wake Up Call. Make sure you're with us for Wake Up Call tomorrow morning, midday, or tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Eastern Time, because we'll give you a sneak peek as to what is coming up as far as tomorrow's concerned. We've got a launch party later on, which is things like your Christmas Twist and Pop, your Christmas mini collage stamps as well, which is going to be brilliant. But the show I'm most looking forward to tomorrow, Leanne is going to be here for the launch of our new Christmas pop-out dies. I saw the preview of these last week. I was absolutely blown away by them, and you are going to love them too. I can guarantee tomorrow, 3 o'clock here in the UK, you'll be popping your hand into your pocket and you will be purchasing at least one of these, probably the whole collection, because they knocked my socks off. When I saw them, I was like, hang on a minute. These are amazing. You need to be with us tomorrow for launch day because they are phenomenal, these dies that we are going to bring to you. Right, we are just literally waiting for the result of the demo of the show. But I just want to say thank you to you, Debbie, because I mean, seriously, what a great day it's been today. Absolutely brilliant. But that was your, what, 7th day in a row?
Oh, I know, yeah, 7 days in a row, right, bye.
Start the car.
Not excited to go on holiday at all.
You've got a nice few days off, haven't you?
Yes, I've got a few days off, and then, then we're off just touring around the UK. So, yeah, quite looking forward to it. I'm going to switch off from work just for a little while, but I will be back, that's for sure.
Well, I can tell you what, that you can take off on your nice little break a winner's medal because your box from the craft along has just snuck in and won it. So I've just found out on the socials here. So yeah, Colin tells us that number 2 just wins. So that is your demo of the day. That was rather nice, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it was so good to make and so lovely to do on a craft along as well. So yeah, I'm just really glad that you enjoyed it.
Listen, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you check out your baskets. This has gone limited. If you've got that in your basket, grab it. Those storage cases are flying out the door. Get those as well. Check out. You can continue to buy after the show. Big thank you to all the team today. Big thank you to Colleen, who's been our social superstar tonight. Also, Kiwi and Rachel and Crystal, who were with us earlier on. Thank you to Jake, who's been working very hard. Sorry, just reminded me that he was jumping out on people earlier on and scaring them. We were talking about horror movies. That's a story for another day. Big thank you to the guys in the gallery as well. Always brilliant. Charlotte and Johnny are back, and they'll be back with us tomorrow as well. Myself, Charlotte, Johnny, Craig, and also Leanne. Debbie, enjoy your holidays. We'll see Debbie back here very soon. I'll see you tomorrow as well. Have a brilliant rest of your Monday, and I'll see you tomorrow back here on Crafters TV. Bye for now.